Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial. Today we're looking at how to create apps in Eidolons. This is a really cool new feature. With just a few clicks, you can create entire software as a service applications exactly the way you want, complete with full monetization. Yes, that's right. You can just click a few buttons and instantly have a fully monetizable app. Okay, so let's get started. I'm here in my Eidolons dashboard on the apps page. I'm going to click create app. Now that takes me to my app editor. So let's just take a quick look around here. All right, up here we have the title. We can click this to edit. Let's go ahead and call this video generator. And just clicking out of that will save it. Here we can choose between the scaffolding view or the agent chat. With the scaffolding, we can set the description of the app and give the system information on what we actually want this app to be. Now down here, we can tell it what kinds of actions we want to have available to us. So for instance, we can let our app create AI images or edit images. We can give it research capabilities, give it access to text generation or video generation. Now we also have the agent chat. And here we can just literally tell it what we want. Here we can go back and forth with it if there are things that we want to change or add. Okay, now up here, we have the generate button, and this will actually trigger it to start writing the code for our app. Now, every time it generates new code, it's going to automatically save anyway, but we also have the save button up here. Okay, now over here to the right, we have a few different tabs. The preview tab, this is where we can see the app as it's being written. We can also view or edit the actual code for the app. And then we also have a console, and this is just like our browser web dev console. So if there's errors or anything, we'll see them in here. All right, with these tabs, you can have any of them open or all of them open as you choose. So that's fine. Now let's actually see this in action. So I'm going to click to edit my app settings here. For the short description, I'm just going to say a video editor. All right, now under detailed description, here we can give it as much information as we want to really dial in the exact app that we want to create. So what I'm going to say is video generator, and actually I'm going to change this up here to say generator because it's a video generator, not an editor. And we'll say with the video controls in a left sidebar, the output appears to the right side. So I'll click OK, and now I'm going to go to video generation, and I'm going to drag create AI video into available actions. Now, unlike the flow editor, you'll notice that there's no option to edit this. That's because we're not creating a specific command to run with a specific prompt. Instead, we're just saying this is something that the app can do. What we can do is choose the model that we want it to use. Hailu 2 is probably the best value for the level of quality that it provides. So we're going to stick with that. Okay, now let's generate this and see what it looks like. First, I'm going to close the console, and now I'm going to hit the generate button. So now the LLM is thinking about how to write the code, how to best generate the best result for this. So we're just going to give it a second. Cool, so now it's writing the app. If we just close the preview for a second, then we can see it's churning through a lot of code, right? You can see this is the zoomed out view over here, and this is the entire app code right here. So now that it's done, we can click back over to the preview, and here it is exactly what we asked for. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit generate video with this default prompt that it gave us. And this is going to take a little time. Generating video is not a fast process. But what's really cool about this is already plugged directly into the back end of Eidolons. So by default, it already gives you access to all of these models. All right, so let's hang out for a minute and we'll see what kind of video this gives us. Here it goes. And let's see how it did. Oh my God, look at this guy. Look at this little tiny trash panda. So, all right, pretty cool. Let's go ahead and save this. Even though it already saved, I just like to save it again just to be safe. And now I'm going to click back, and that's going to take me back to my apps page. All right, now if I click the view button here, then it's going to take me to the full page version of this app. All right, so now this is just a custom AI tool that I have at my disposal whenever I want to use it, right? So like maybe you're using video generators out there or image generators, but it's not quite the way you want it. And this is really nice because now we can get exactly the tool that we want. Let me actually show you what I mean by that. So let's go back and edit. But this time we're going to use the chat mode. And what we're going to do, we're going to tell it, first of all, change the headline at the top to say anime video generator. And then make it so that when it sends the prompt, it adds in an anime style, right? And notice that I'm just talking to it like I would a person, right? I can just tell it the way that I think. And as long as I'm clear in my explanation, it's going to get what I'm trying to say. All right, so I'll send this off. And again, this is going to take a few minutes. So it's talking to me, and now this is creating the app. This is the app preview, so we can't really see anything because it's not anything yet, but we can look at the code and see it as it generates. And wow, that was really fast. All right, so now we can hide the code, and just like we asked it to, it now says anime video generator. So we're gonna click generate the video, and now we can wait for a very long time. And see what I told it to do here, I told it to actually modify the prompt. So we're not going to see that here. It's not until it actually sends the prompt to the server. So basically the user can just write in whatever they want, and it's going to add this little piece of prompt here that puts it in the anime style. All right, and here it is. Here's our anime baby raccoon wizard. You know, I'm not sure that that's anime. It looks almost like Pixar-ish, but you know what? We're gonna say it's good enough for now. But I'll tell you what, it actually gets way cooler than this. Because here's the thing, I know you've been looking at this little publish toggle up here, wondering what's that about? Well, let me tell you, let's just switch that on. And now our app is published. And what that means is that I can actually use this app with full monetization and everything in a separate website using the Aidolons WordPress plugin. So let me show you how to do that. There's a few steps we have to take here. Okay, first of all, we have to click down here. This is the Sites tab. Now I'll just come up to Create Site, and this is just going to be the domain. And I've set up a demo WordPress site on demo.aidolons.com. All right, so I'll click to create that, and now I'll just come up here and click to download the WordPress plugin. All right, now I'm going to click Keys, and I'm going to click Create API Key. Now I need to give this a name. Let's just call it WordPress, and I'll click Create. Okay, I'm showing you this for demonstration purposes. I will come back immediately after recording this video and delete it. But for your knowledge, never, ever, ever reveal your API keys to anyone. All right, so I'm just going to copy this and make sure it's set to active. All right, now I'm going to jump over to WordPress. Let's go to plugins. Now the Aidolons plugin assumes that you have WooCommerce already installed. If you don't, just go to add plugin, and then go to search plugins, type in WooCommerce, and you'll see an install button. So you'll just install it, and then you'll click to activate it. But aside from that, the Aidolons plugin is pretty agnostic. So whatever other plugins you like, whatever payment processors you have, whatever, the Aidolons plugin should be able to work with it. So next we'll go to upload plugin. We'll click choose file, and we'll choose our Aidolons WordPress plugin zip file. Okay, we'll install and we'll activate. Now we have two new menus on our main menu. We have the Aidolons menu and we have the apps menu. So now I'll just take the API key that I copied earlier and I'll paste it here and I'll click Save Changes. All right, great. My plugin is now connected to the Aidolons backend. Down here it shows us our login page and our dashboard page. Now these are automatically created when you first install the plugin, but if for any reason they go away, you can just click Recreate and it'll make those pages for you. Okay, we scroll down a little bit more and we see this section for the credit settings, and we see enable blue credits and enable green credits. The blue credits and green credits work just like they do with Aidolons. Blue credits mean that every month you have an allotment of however many credits and it resets at the end of the month. This is how most AI services work, like ChatGPT for instance. You pay $20 a month and then you get so many conversation responses with each of the models. Okay, then you have the green credits, which users can purchase a la carte, and they just are what they are. So you buy 1,000 credits and you have them forever until you use them. If you want, you can choose your site to be only subscription based, or you can choose to only have purchasable credits, or you can choose both if you like. And this is how the Eidolon system is. Of course, to actually use the subscription based credits, you have to have a subscription plugin. It doesn't necessarily have to be the WooCommerce subscription plugin, but that's what I use. Down here, we can set the actual URLs where you want to send people to purchase the credits. I'll show you how this works in a second, but let's take a look back up here at the login page. Now I'm already logged in here, so I'm going to open an incognito browser so that I can see what this does. So let's copy this address, and here is my incognito browser. We'll paste this address in here. This will be whatever your site title is here. I haven't actually set up this WordPress page, so it just says my WordPress. And now if I click right here, it'll take me to a Google authentication flow. So I'll just do this real quick. Now it's taken me through the Eidolons page, and it redirects us back to our dashboard. And of course, this is the dashboard on our demo WordPress site that has our Eidolons plugin installed. By the way, earlier we saw our dashboard link, and of course this is where that takes us. All right, it says buy more credits here, and where this link takes you will depend on the URL that you have in these. Cool, so let's see how the credits work. I can actually apply the credits to any product I want, and to do that, these are the products that came with the theme, which, if I'm not mistaken, is just a generic gym page. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's add a new product. We can call this one Blue Credits, but we don't have to call it that. We can call it just a subscription. And at the moment, I don't have the subscription plugin installed, but if I did, this is where I would choose a subscription product. But just so I can demonstrate how this works, I'll still put some numbers here. Let's say that whatever this is, it'll get us 1,000 credits. Regular price, let's just say $10. And we can say publish. All right, so the way this works is anytime somebody pays money for this product, and that includes a subscription rebill, it will automatically award 1,000 blue credits. That is, it will set their credits to 1,000. All right, so let's create another product. We'll call this one Green Credits. We'll set this one also at $10, and we'll set the green credits to 1,000. Okay, so now the way this one works is anytime somebody purchases this product, it will increase the number of green credits by 1,000. Okay, so now I have these links, and I can copy this link, and I can go back to my Eidolon settings, and I can put this link into the green credits by URL. I'll save that, and I'll do the same thing with the subscription link, which I can do by right-clicking View and copy link address. Head back to my settings page and stick that right here. And I'll save this, and now when I come back to my logged in customers view, and I'll give this a refresh, and now when I click buy more credits, it's actually going to take me to buy more of these credits. Let's move on to setting up our apps. So I'll click apps. Now we can click add app, and this is a list of all of the apps that we have marked as published. So here's the video generator we just created. I can come over here and click add. And now we've added this to our site. All right, let's take another look from our customers view, and I'll just refresh this. And the link for our video generator has automatically appeared on the sidebar. We click video generator, and here's our video generator app, beautifully embedded in our WordPress site. Okay, and this app is already plugged into the Aidolons credit system. So basically the way it works is you accept money from the user, and they get Eidolon credits. As they use those credits, it will also use the credits in your account, as this is necessary to actually pay for the compute, which means that if you're accepting money to let people use these services, it's important that you keep your account funded so that your customers always have compute that they can use. All right, guys, that's it for today. Hope this was helpful to you. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.